everybody, and welcome back to Movie Files. Here, we love to review new movies. We talk about the latest trailers. We do unboxing videos, and we also do giveaways to show our appreciation to you all. And like today, we also do TV reviews. So definitely do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of our latest videos. So today, I am here to talk about the new Netflix Anthology animated series, Love, Death, and Robots, brought to us by the geniuses of Tim Miller, David Fincher, and some other great creators. Now, before I get into my review here and then ultimately give you my top 5 list, my top 5 episodes, you got to stick around to see that list. Definitely start commenting now. Let us know your excitement level for this TV series, and also let us know what you thought of it if you've seen it. Comment below. Let's build some dialogue around that. So with that being said, let's jump into this review. Alright, so this trailer dropped, what was it, February 14th, which was Valentine's Day. I saw the trailer. I was instantly on board. Number one, it's on Netflix. Number two, you got Tim Miller, who did Deadpool and is also part of Blur Studios, who've made some of the best cutscenes in video games. And then you throw in David Fincher. I mean, come on, though, I have to say who David Fincher is. Seven, Fight Club, and so many other great films. So I was on board. And then once I saw it was coming on Netflix, I was just like, this is something I'm going to watch day one. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it on Friday, but Saturday I was off and I just binged the entire thing. And I'm here to tell you guys, this is such worth the time. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to get into all the details here, but I really enjoyed this. When I see it, it reminded me of being a kid. I love animation. I don't seek out a lot of like anime, things of that nature, but when I see some good animation, I make sure to talk about it and rave about it. I'm here to do so today. So first and foremost, the animation style. So we get a mixture of just different things blended into put in a bowl and blend it all together. We got 2D, we got 3D, we got motion capture, and so many different other styles that I don't even probably know the terminologies for, but we get so many different flavors in this series, and that was really what I was blown away with. Nothing was the same. Now, I won't say nothing was the same where in the sense of, we didn't get the same story. There was no necessarily connective tissues between the episodes, but we do get a similar look and design with some of the animations. And it just goes to the part that we get some of the same studios doing that, but everything was still fresh. The storylines, the characters, the themes, I mean, it was just incredible how many tones we get in these different shorts. We have a mixture of sci-fi shorts. We have a mixture of supernatural. We have a mixture of comedy. And again, it's about love. It's about death, and it's about robots. And I love that we get all those different flavors. And again, you think about it, you get all these, when I was a kid, and I still do this today when I go to the theater, I do I call it suicides, when you put like Mountain Dew and grape and all these different flavors in your cup. And sometimes some people are like, oh, that's disgusting, but they throw all that in a cup, and I drink it all up, and I really enjoyed it. And I can go on and on and on about all the details, but I just have to let you guys know the shorts are just unbelievable, and they're so diverse and so creative, and I was just blown away by that. Now, as I had mentioned, there isn't necessarily a through line. Again, there's different stories, different themes, things of that nature. But even though I didn't have a connective tissue, it had the same effect of a show where there is an overarching theme, there is an overarching through line. It had that effect where I had to watch the next episode. Again, I binged it all in one day, and I read the different titles, and even though they were completely different stories, I had to see the next thing because I just wanted to see the next style of animation. I want to see the next story, and it had that awesome type of effect where you're just on the edge of your seat and you want to know what happened next. Even though they had nothing to do with the next episode, I had that type of effect on me, and I love that about this show. Alrighty, so this show is compiled of 18 episodes, and they range between 7 and 18 minutes. So before you see that 18 number, like 18 episodes, the binge was so easy. Again, I was able to binge it within 3.5 hours. There were some bathroom breaks, there were some food breaks, but it was a quick binge, and that was really enjoyable. And one of the things I also like about it, because I've been seeing different lists, people's order to watch them. I think the order that they have set up now fits perfectly, at least for me, because I felt like some episodes were really heavy, which I enjoyed, and some episodes were really light, and I enjoyed. And again, that goes back to this in different tones. We get some really dark stuff, and we get some really good comedies, and I thought that the way that the episodes 1 through 18 played was just perfect, because it worked for me personally, because again, there was some heavy stuff in there, and there was also some lighter stuff in it, and I really enjoyed the order of the episodes that they put in, that they delivered to us. Now, if I were to nitpick some things, I will say out of those 18 episodes, there were maybe 2 or 3 that I necessarily didn't vibe with the character or like the particular storyline. But one thing I will say, even if I didn't like the story or the character or the particular thing that was going on, I still appreciated the style of animation. I still admired what they brought to the big screen. And that bodes well to something that's created really well. Even though you might not connect to certain things, I still was able to find things out of those 2 or 3 episodes that I really still appreciated. But again, out of 18 episodes, 2 or 3 I didn't enjoy. That's a pretty good number for me. All right, so even though I talked about there were some episodes that didn't work for me, for the most part, 90% of them did. And there were actually some, and I'm going to get to my list here shortly, but there were some that I really would like to see a continuation of either something that takes place within that same universe. Obviously, I would like to see some of those characters again and some of those storylines. So there were some that it just blows my mind that there's 7 to 18-minute shorts that gave me more character moments, gave me more pleasing sci-fi moments, action moments, and storylines. They did such a great job of doing this within 7 to 18 minutes, more so than a 2-hour, 3-hour movie or some other TV show. It just really blew my mind at how tight the scripts were, how well developed these characters were, and these worlds were. It just, again, bodes well to the creators that made these shorts. They knew what they were doing. They did a great job of doing so. Alright, so now jump into my list. And before I do so, I haven't mentioned it yet, but I have to let you guys know this isn't your kid type of animated series. This is definitely rated R. So I want to let you know there's a lot of sex, a lot of nudity, a lot of cursing going on. Again, it's for adults. I enjoyed a lot of it. Some of it was a little uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed it. But I just want to let you guys know there's a lot of rated R going on in this show. But again, I enjoyed all of it. So before I get into this top 5, there were some honorable mentions, some shorts that I really enjoyed. I really love them, but I really wanted to make a top 5 for to deliver it to you guys. So with that, I'm going to jump to my honorable mentions. Alright, so a couple episodes they made my honorable mentions. I got my list here. Alternate histories. I won't get too much into it, but I'll just say it involves Hitler in different ways he dies. We have Blind Spot, which I really enjoyed. It reminded me of being a kid on Saturday morning watching like Starship Troopers meets Quiet Place. I really enjoyed this. Farmers and Aliens, and this is a really cool short. Helping Hand. I won't get into it at all, but I'll just say it involves space. And it involves someone that can't get to their craft and they have to make some tough decisions. Really beautifully shot. Sunny's Edge, which was the very first episode, I really enjoyed it. It involves like kind of kaiju characters fighting like underground. Really great story, and it set the tone for the rest of the series. 3 Robots was hilarious. I really enjoyed it. And then The Waitress, which reminded me of Spider-Verse. The animation was beautiful. So now kind of jumping into my actual top 5 list. Starting off with number 5, I have Good Hunting. It involves a story of a young man him and his father have to take out these type of creatures, and it involves technology and evolution and revolution. It was a really good story. That was my number 5. Number 4, Beyond the Aqua Reef. Won't give too much away, but it is, again, there's a couple of them. There's about 4 of them that have the same animation style. I believe it was Blur Animation or Blur Studios that did this, because it has that type of like cutscenes that like Batman Origins had, where it's just really real. It looks like completely real, but it isn't. It's 3D animated. But the style animation was great and the story was really interesting. Number 3 is Lucky 13, which again had a similar animation style, but it involves a aircraft, a crew that I believe it had a crew of 2 people or 2 crews dying, but this rookie gets the aircraft, and she has some good things that goes well with her and some bad that happens to the episode. But I really enjoyed Lucky 13. Number 2 was Zima Blue. A beautiful art type of episode, and kind of some really deep meanings, and was just beautifully shot. I love the animation there. But my number 1 episode, again, I really, as you can tell with this list, I really vibe well with the 3D real type of the Blur Studios animation with a couple of these, and number 1 being here, Shapeshifters. It involves werewolves. I'll just leave it at that. And the idea, where I had mentioned earlier that there was a couple episodes that I wish they returned to movies. I would love to see a movie of what they brought, the concept of the shapeshifters, and having supernatural creatures being involved with certain groups of people or a governmental group of people. And I just really enjoyed Shapeshifters. It was a really great short. So kind of final thoughts here, guys. We get a mixture of different studios, animated series studios, filmmakers, creators that come together and brought together one of my favorite animated series on Netflix, and just one of my favorite Netflix shows in general. It's been one of the things I've always said about Netflix. You can say what you say, and I've said some good and some bad about their movies, but their TV shows, at least for me, always seem to hit it out of the park, and this is one of them. Again, I was just blown away with the different themes of supernatural, horror, the stunning animation, the great stories, the compelling stories, a really quick binge. I really enjoyed it, guys, and I'm giving this a 4.8 out of 5. I'm not giving it the full 5 out of 5 just because, again, there was one or two episodes that I really didn't vibe with, but other than that, it was just really great. I highly recommend it. And again, 4.8 out of 5 for me. So there you have it. I gave you my top 5 list. I let you know what I like, what I didn't like. So definitely do me a favor. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of the series. Give me your top 5 series. Let me know which ones you guys really vibe with, and let me know which ones you didn't like as well. So there you have it. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel once again. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with our latest videos. Follow us on all of our social media accounts, including including I have Netflix on the brain, so including Instagram, we're at Movie Files. We're on Twitter at Movie Files Live. We have a Facebook page simply called Movie Files. We're on Stardust and Movie Files as well, so definitely follow us there. Thank you guys for watching this review, and we'll see you on the next video.